Okay, lovelies, here you go with the world's worst report card and assessment video directions. First of all, report card. If you look at the columns, we are now assessing everything there. When it says recognize your name in print, most children should already do that. That's just, do they recognize their name in a pile of 2 or 3 names? Concepts of print is a new assessment they haven't had. Letter names, just can they name them? Give them about 3 to 5 seconds at each letter before you move on and say no. Takes them a little while sometimes for their little brains to register something. They also may see the B and the D and go back and go, oh, wait a minute, that one's D because this one's B. Give it to them if they self-correct. It's okay. Same with sounds. Writing their name correctly. When we ask them to write their name correctly, that means with proper spacing, proper sizing, capitals and lowercase in the right places, and that they are forming all the letters correctly. They are either starting from the top down, and they are also going counterclockwise when they make circles for A's and things like that. They start the D's in the proper place, they start the G's in the proper place. It's not artwork, it's handwriting, and it follows that set way to make a letter. For math skills, extending patterns, basic colors, rote counting, one-to-one correspondence, recognizing numerals 0 through 10. They should have done this last trimester. Go back if they didn't get them all right and ask them again, because our goal is to make sure they got them all. If they've already passed it with 100%, don't go back and do an item, any of them. And then motor skills, take them outside. Can they run, hop, and jump? Do they hold their scissors correctly? Do they grasp the pencil correctly? Those type of things are in there. The back is a little more challenging. Morgan, I wouldn't worry about much of this if I were you. And actually, I'm not really going to worry much about this for me, because I still haven't had the time to actually really do significant observing in this. Because this isn't when I'm teaching a lesson, it isn't when I'm doing a test, it's what I see on a daily basis, and in the 2 hours I have them, I don't have time to actually watch them. In the past, we could watch them play in the morning with things we set out, or in the afternoon with things we set out, intentionally to watch what they do with it. But we can't do that now. 1, because they can't touch it, and 2, because we don't have time. There are a few things that show up, like if you look, identifies 10 or more letters, identifies most letters, knows all the letters, and identifies frequently used words. We don't look at the high frequency words, so unless you've got a kiddo who's pointing them out, you're not going to get a 4. Most of the time they should score in a 2 or a 3 if you're giving those scores, just because that's where we should be about right now. The patterning shows, the math is easier. The patterning shows up if you've done measuring, you've had opportunities for that. We've been doing addition and subtraction, so you might have anecdotal observations on that. Same with number, sense, and quantity, and same with sorting, if you've done those things with them recently. Otherwise, don't worry about it. And they're scored 1, 2, 3, or 4, and it just goes in the column over here.